This video is over equations of circles. So we're going to talk about the equations of circles and then how to graph it from the equation. So first off, the equation of a circle looks like this. So we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So the center of your circle is always dealing with these two coordinates. So you see how in front of both the h and the k is a negative? So that negative is not part of your equation. So if this is negative, then my point is going to be h for my x, and then my y coordinate is just going to be k. And then my radius is just going to be r. So this is my center, hk, and then my radius is going to be r. So we're going to do some examples. I'll kind of help you a little bit more. So example 1, we're going to identify the center and radius, then sketch the graph. Okay, so looking at this equation here, we know that we're going to look at these two letters. So since this is positive, and then the equation, that is always a negative, so that 2, it makes that 2 negative. So pretty much when you're writing the center, you're always going to do, the signs are pretty much switched. So if it is a positive 2, then your center is going to be a negative 2. This is a positive 3. That means your y coordinate is going to be a negative 3. And then, that's your center. And then to find your radius, we know that this right here is r squared, so we need to square root it. So the square root of 9 equals 3. So my radius equals 3. So my circle is going to have a center at negative 2. So I'm going to go to negative 2. So I start here and then go over negative 2. I always do my x-axis first. If you've forgotten, this is always your x-axis. And then up and down is always your y-axis. These are your negative x's, positive y's, negative y's, and then your positive y's here, x's there. So you start at 0, and you're going to negative 2 right here, and then you're going to go down 3 to negative 3. 1, 2, 3. So your center is going to be right here. And then it has a radius of 3. So I go out 3 in every direction. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so your circle is going to look something like this. I'm not an expert at drawing circles, I'm sorry, but it looks somewhat circular-like. And that's what your graph is going to look like. We're going to do another example. So we have x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 16. So we're going to do the same thing, identify the center. So we're looking at these two for our center. So remember, we're going to change the sign. So if this is a negative 1, that means that my x value is going to be a positive 1. And then for this one, it's a positive 1, so my y value is going to be a negative 1. So that's my center. And then my radius is this value right here, but this is r squared. So I need to square root 16. The square root of 16 is 4. So my radius equals 4. So now I'm going to find my center. I go to 1, negative 1, which is right here, and then I'm going to go out 4 in every direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So my circle, whoa, that's off, is going to look something like this. And that's the graph of my circle. For example 3, we're going to use this information provided to write an equation of the circle. So we're given the center and we're given the radius. So just so you remember, our equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So 5 is my h and 13 is my k, because that's the center of my circle, my h and my k, and then this 5 is going to be my r. So I can just plug everything in. So remember that my signs, if I plug in 5 here, that's just 5. This negative stays as it is. So I have x minus h is 5, squared plus y minus k is 13. So remember that these signs do not change. The signs that are right here do not change, okay? Squared equals r squared. We have 5 squared. And then so, just simplifying the r, because everything else is exactly how we need it, we know that 5 squared is 25. And this will be the equation of our circle. And for our last example, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use this information provided to write the equation of the circle. So we're given our center, 11 and 0. So 11 is our h and 0 is our k, and our radius is 4, so 4 is going to be r. And again, I'm just going to write down the equation of the circle so you can see it. Okay, so I know 11 is h, so I'm going to plug in 11 for h. I know that 0 is k, so I have y minus 0 squared equals 4 squared. Now in this one, I can actually do a little bit more simplifying because of this 0. So y minus 0 is just going to be 0, so I really don't have to write out this whole thing here. So this first part is still going to be 11 x minus 11 squared, and then y minus 0 can just be y, and then I'm squaring that y. And then 4 squared is 16. So even though it looks a little bit different, it is correct. So this is the equation of our circle.